What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, MLB DFS video. It is Friday. It is June 28th. We are back with another video. We're going to do things a little bit differently today just to mix it up, see if you guys like it. If you don't like it this way, we'll go back to the other way. But got a lot of new faces here. Just kind of wanted to see what we can offer you. So, as always, we're always looking for suggestions to change the videos up for what you guys are looking for in these videos. And obviously we can't please everybody, but with a lot of new eyes, I wanted to try this. So we did this with MLB a little bit. We did this with NBA. We did this with NFL a couple of times. So we're going to change it up a little bit, but hopefully it's helpful. Other things to do. So if you want to see everything that we like, the article that you see right now is in the description of the video. The link to our Discord is there, where we're going to cover some topics as well. We go back and forth. We do sports betting there. We give everything out. So if you guys are interested, go check out all of our other information. If you're new to the channel, we have giveaways every single day. 2 giveaways to be exact. And you could win both of them every single day. So FantasyTeamAdvisors.com have FTA Plus. So everything we go over here, we have a ton of information on the website for FTA Plus. So we have player projections, simulation models, all the way down to prop bets, chalk plays, umpire factors for MLB. NASCAR, we have our bacon station, and we have our cheat sheet, and we have some lineups. NBA, same thing. We're probably going to build on the NBA next year for sure. NFL, same thing. We're going to be digging into the NFL very soon, about a month and a half away. We're very excited. PGA, we've got PGA every week and MMA every week. So we have a monthly or a weekly pass, $10 for a week. So go check it out if you've been on the fence about it. We have a monthly pass, normally $29.99, but if you use the promo code YouTube, all one word, all capital letters, you will get $10 off your first month. We have a yearly pass, normally $199. If you use the promo code BIRTHDAY, all one word, all capital letters, instead of $199, you'll get it for $99. So we have a couple of coupon codes left. If you guys can enter the coupon code and it does not error out and it does not say invalid code, that means the code is still active and not all of them have been used. And then, of course, we have our lifetime pass, normally $4.99. But you have a chance to win these passes, and this is what I want to talk about. The first way, like this video, be a subscriber, and if this video gets, and leave a comment because the comment picker needs to pick you up. But if this video gets at least 50 likes, you have a chance to win a free week of FTA Plus. That's every sport we offer. If the video gets 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month. 150 likes, a chance at a free year. And 200 or more likes on any video, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass. So we have chances there, and there's a second way to win. Somewhere in this video, there'll be a keyword. Type that keyword in there, get your responses in there, and you have a chance to win as well. So that being said, we are going to go ahead and roll the beautiful bean footage. We are going to pick the winner here. We're going to start the raffle because yesterday's video got 81 likes, and you can win every single day. That's the thing. Cujo Blue, congratulations. Email me just to say that you saw this, and we will credit you for the free week as well. So if you are a winner, email me dfshelp1@gmail.com, or it's dfshelp, the number 1@gmail.com, and we will get you all set up. So Cujo's the first one, and he has won before. And the second one, Millie Rock 17, congratulations. The keyword yesterday was debate. So the keyword was debate. It is in here. Hopefully you won that $20,000 last night. Let us know if you did. We've already had a few $20,000 winners, and you can go look on the Discord and see the winning lineups and stuff like that. It's been awesome. So congratulations. Email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com, with your username if you have it on the website, and if you don't, what username and email you would like to use. So that being said, like I said, I wanted to do things a little bit differently today. Normally we go through every single game, every single pitcher, everything. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at MLB odds. Then I wanted to look, just to kind of look, you can see, and I say this because we had a couple of people yesterday in the Discord ask about team totals, what team totals you should be targeting obviously, they're not always going to hit their projections, but a team total like the Red Sox against Randy Vasquez, in theory, if weather is not a factor, so this does not take weather into factors, but implied run total or team total is 5.2. So according to this chart, according to Vegas, the Red Sox would be the number one stack here against Randy Vasquez. Now, you're like, well, why is that? And then you would take that information, you'd come to whichever website you're on. Oh. Because I don't have the, is it an Inye? Whatever the thing over the A is. That's the one thing I hate. If you don't have that typed, you can't really do much. He's got a 5.1 ERA. Game logs, he is coming off a great game against Milwaukee, but then a bad game against Philly, good game against Oakland. That's the thing. So he hasn't, he's been up and down. It's at Fenway. It's a great ballpark to hit in. That's kind of what we're looking at. So in theory, Vegas thinks Boston's going to be the number one stack. And then the Guardians, you've got the Guardians here against Alec Marsh. It is a pitcher's park, but they are thinking that Alec Marsh is going to give up some runs, 5.16. Obviously, Josh Naylor, he's been MIA for a couple of games. I don't know what's going on. He would be a big bat in that one. And then the next one, they think Tigers at the Angels versus Zach Plesac with a 4.9, so on and so forth. So that's how you read this. And in theory, they're thinking the Twins against Logan Gilbert would be the worst team to stack. The Giants versus Landon Knack would be the second worst. Nationals versus Zach Eflin the third, so on and so forth. So the way to do it is, obviously, you want to target the higher ones. And probably anyone that's 4.5 or above are teams you'd want to target. So the White Sox and up, in theory. Again, anything can happen. Weather can happen. Ballpark factors can happen. You could have a pitcher leave hurt. You could have a pitcher warm up during warm-ups and then leave, and then it's a new person, and anything can happen. But this is just one of the tools we have on the website. You can find under the MLB tab between batter splits, cheat sheet, prop bets, everything over there. So I want to talk about that a little bit. At the end of this video, we are going to give you the top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. So a lot of people have been asking about that. It's 10,000 simulations in the morning, and then it's 20,000 about an hour or two before lineups lock. And then in our Discord, about the same time, we'll have core plays. For the slates, we'll have some of the stacks we like. So some things can change throughout the day. Obviously, weather is very unpredictable. That will change a little bit. So I just kind of wanted to shoot through this real quick. We got the Rockies at the White Sox, Cal Quantrill versus Jonathan Cannon. We got the Reds at the Cardinals, Carson Spears versus Sonny Gray. Yankees at the Blue Jays. Or this is Saturday. Why is this Saturday? That's my bad. Okay. I was going to say, these are not the pitchers I thought. Kyle Taylor versus Christopher Sanchez. I would be taking Sanchez in this one. He's great numbers. ERA looks great. That's what I'd be looking at. And then I would be stacking the Phillies in this one. Washington at Tampa Bay. I do like Eflin here a little bit. The offense is not huge on both of these offenses at the moment. You got the Rangers at the Orioles. You got Max Scherzer versus Albert Suarez. Scherzer coming off a pretty good start. He did well coming off the IL. He's obviously a stud. Again, though, Baltimore, their offense, it's good. We know this. We saw it yesterday with Baltimore's offense. Scherzer for tournaments, I don't mind, but Baltimore bats, they're the ones that scare me a little bit. Rangers bats scare me too, especially against Suarez. So, honestly, I think I would look at Scherzer for tournaments. Probably that's it, and then I would stack both of these teams. Full stack on both of these teams. I do not mind. Look at all the lefties for Rangers. Jonah Heim, Corey Seager, Nate Lowe. You could even go Wyatt Langford. He is a righty, but that's what I would look at. And then the Orioles, pretty much every single batter in that lineup, it would be one to look at least. Next one, Yankees at the Blue Jays, Stroman versus Kikuchi. I don't know what funk the Yankees are in right now. They finally lost the division lead. I think it's tied now. They don't have it anymore. They just have looked terrible right now. Stroman has been up and down this year. The Yankees have had success against Kikuchi in the past, but I just don't know what's going on with their confidence. I mean, the only bats that you would even consider at the moment basically are Anthony Volpe, Judge, and Juan Soto for the Yankees. And then the Blue Jays, I mean, Vladdy had another home run yesterday. Somehow George Springer had 2 home runs coming in. I think he was the worst qualified batter for pretty much the entire MLB before yesterday. I don't know what's going on. The Yankees, amazing for the first 60-plus games, and they have struggled lately. Stroman for tournaments, I'm okay with. Kikuchi tournaments, I guess, because the Yankees have looked so bad, but I would look at the Yankees bats a little bit as well. I just don't trust them. Then we got the Astros at the Mets. Love Ronel Blanco. The reason he's the picture of this video and article. I love this matchup for him, and I love the Astros as a stack against Quintana. It is a big ballpark, but as we saw the Yankees Mets series, home runs were flying out of this ballpark. So as long as the weather's good, I do not mind them at all. Padres at the Red Sox. Vasquez versus Pivetta. Vasquez for tournaments, maybe, but Vegas thinks it's not going to be a good day for him. I would look at Pivetta for tournaments. I would look at the Red Sox as a stack. Duran, Devi, I would look at those two right off the bat. Tyler O'Neill, Wilyer Abreu, it just depends on the Red Sox offense there. Rockies at the White Sox. I'm going Drew Thorpe here. White Sox bats, Andrew Vaughn, Luis Robert, maybe a little bit Eloy. That's probably it for me, and I'm not looking at Dakota Hudson, and I'm not looking at the Rockies bats. You got the Pirates at the Braves. I don't know what's going on. The Braves didn't do anything yesterday. 0 runs, lost 1-0. Chris Sale dominated, 11 strikeouts. Loved him yesterday. Had no run support. In theory, the Braves should smash Martin Perez. I don't mind Charlie Morton for tournaments, but I love the Braves as a stack against Perez. I don't know what's going on with their offense. Yesterday, they did nothing. I would look at, obviously, Marcell Ozuna against a lefty. I would look at Ozzy Albies here against Martin Perez. I would look at, if he's in there, Adam Duvall makes a lot of sense. Obviously, Austin Riley makes sense. Travis d'Arnaud, like a Brave stack makes sense. Whether or not that comes through, I don't know. This is one, kind of like yesterday's video. I told you guys, and I want to know if you guys did it, but I loved a twin stack yesterday, my favorite stack. We talked about that in the video. I said there were so many batters that I loved in that lineup that I'd probably be making multiple different twin stacks. And that's exactly what we did, and they absolutely crushed Jordan Montgomery. And let me know if you did that. That's kind of the same thing here with the Braves tonight. I think people are going to be a little bit off of them because of what they didn't do yesterday. I would look at the Braves stack. I would be making multiple different ones. Pretty much anyone in that lineup. If it's d'Arnaud, if it's Sean Murphy, I don't mind the catcher. I'm taking one of them. I would look at Jared Kelenic, even a lefty-on-lefty matchup. I do not care. Ozzy Albies is another one. Again, there's so many Braves bats that I like. They're probably one of my top stacks. The Guardians at the Royals. Tristan McKenzie versus Alec Marsh. I do not trust Tristan McKenzie. I do not trust Alec Marsh. I would rather look at the offenses. I do like the Cleveland offense a little bit more, but the Royals offense is good as well. I'm not using these pitchers. Could they go off? They could, but I'm not going to use them. Hopefully Josh Naylor's back. If Josh Naylor is back, I'm using him. Obviously Jose Ramirez I am using. I would look at David Fry. Stephen Kwan is another one. Andres Jimenez is another one I'd look at. The Royals offense, Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino are my main three. We've got them out of the way. You could look at MJ Melendez for a cheap option. You could look at Michael Massey for a cheap option, or you could even look at Kyle Isbell, probably batting ninth, which we don't love to take the ninth batter. We usually like 1 through 5, 1 through 6, but those would be ones I'd look at. Cubs at the Brewers, Jameson Taillon versus Colin Ray. Cubs offense has looked not well this year. I would look at Jameson Taillon here. I think Taillon is both cash and tournament. I think Ray is probably more tournament only. Taillon coming off a fantastic game here So if you just look at what he did his last game, he comes at 8,300 on FanDuel, 2.9 ERA, game logs 58 fantasy points, 7 innings, 6 hits, 10 strikeouts. Again, that is an outlier game. I think people are going to look at that. He's already faced Milwaukee this year, got 25 fantasy points, which you can't. I mean, that's pretty damn good as well. Tampa Bay had 37. He had 49 against Milwaukee. He's already faced Milwaukee multiple times this year, and he's dominated them. One was at Milwaukee, and one was at home. And now he's back at Milwaukee. And we look at this. The Milwaukee game where he was in Milwaukee was 25 fantasy points. So a better matchup for him. I love Jameson Taillon here. Colin Ray, I don't think I'll have much exposure. If I do, it'll only be tournaments. And the bats really don't jump out to me at the moment. So maybe they will once we go through these simulations, but we'll see. Reds at the Cardinals, you got Frankie Montas versus Andre Payante. The Reds exceeded expectations yesterday. I feel I would still look at the Reds today. Whether or not, I'm probably not looking at either of these pitchers. I'd rather look at the bats on both sides. The Reds, Ellie De La Cruz, he is expensive. Spencer Steer, Will Benson, like these are the Tyler Stevenson. These are the bats I'd look at. The Cardinals bats, depending, at 40 plate appearances, they haven't seen him a ton. But if we're looking at some of them, obviously Dylan Carlson, if he's in there, I don't mind him. I don't mind like Alec Burleson. I don't mind Mason Wynn. Obviously, Paul Goldie and Arenado make a lot of sense as well, but they are the more expensive bats in these lineups. Tigers at the Angels, Kenta Maeda versus Zach Plesac. To be honest with you, I'm probably not taking pitching in this one. I'm probably taking just the bats, if I take anything. Because, again, we saw this. They have a good shot here for the most amount of runs. The ballpark factors are pretty damn good in this one, and we'll look at that after we get through here. But at the moment, none of the bats jump out. After we do simulations, after we do all of that, if the bats make sense to me, we'll put that in the Discord. Athletics at the Diamondbacks, JP Sears versus Slade Cecconi. Cecconi for tournaments, I'm okay with. I don't want Sears the way he's been pitching. I'd rather take the Arizona bats, and they have been pretty damn good against lefties. The two main ones that I would look at would be Christian Walker against a lefty and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. against a lefty. And then Ketel Marte makes a lot of sense. I don't know if Corbin Carroll will be in here. It seems like he sits more against lefties. If Corbin Carroll is in here batting leadoff, I will take him against JP Sears. If he's not leading off, I don't know if I like him as much. So I do like an Arizona stack here. It just depends on the lineup that comes out. A cheaper option would be Eugenio Suarez for Arizona. Then you got the Twins at the Mariners. You got Bailey Ober versus Logan Gilbert. Vegas thinks Logan Gilbert's going to have a good game. I don't mind Logan Gilbert. So if we look at him, he is going to be expensive. He's the most expensive, at least on FanDuel. He's got a 2.71 ERA. He is facing Minnesota, who they are a good team. He did not do well against them last time. He gave up 8 earned runs at Minnesota. So I think this could be one of those games you fade. He is so expensive. He's not had success against them before, but now he's at home. But if you are looking at Minnesota bats, Royce Lewis has slowed down a little bit overall. He's not been his best self. I would still look at Santana. I would look at Byron Buxton. I would look at maybe a little bit of Ryan Jeffers. I feel like you still got to get Royce Lewis in there because we know he's good. Honestly, I could see a full fade on Logan Gilbert because he is so expensive on both sites and go with a Minnesota stack. Seattle bats, Julio Rodriguez, Mitch Haniger, Cal Raleigh, Dylan Moore. That's basically it for what I would look at for Seattle. Then you got the Dodgers at the Giants. I like both of these pitchers. It is a massive ballpark for pitching. I think Logan Webb is your cash option. I think Landon Knack, who's never faced them before, they've never seen him before, he could be your tournament option here. Game logs, not bad. Angels, 5 innings. The problem is he's got to go deep into games. And the strikeouts weren't there against the Angels his last start. He still got 21 fantasy points. His strikeouts were not there. That's what scares me. Against Cincy, he had 5 strikeouts. Against Washington, 5 strikeouts. So he's had some strikeouts, and then he's had some games that they aren't strikeouts. So that's unfortunate. So there you have it. That is the breakdown with all of the pitchers, the bats that we like in those games. I did want to talk about the ballpark factors real quick, and I will post this in the Discord. The two big fields that look like great home run options tonight. Guaranteed rate field, so Colorado at Chicago White Sox, so maybe the White Sox are a sneaky stack here. And then Angel Stadium between Detroit and the Angels. They have the two highest chances at home runs. The next two stadiums that we look at that have the biggest chances for extra base hits, according to ballpark factors, weather, matchups, BVP, everything. Fenway between San Diego and Boston, 33% chance at extra base hits. And then Chase Field, Oakland at Arizona. Most likely Arizona would be the bats that I would look at in this one. Those are the main two big ones here. The home run zone, for just chances at the most home runs, American Family Field between the Cubs and Milwaukee. Angel Stadium, Detroit's got the slight edge over the Angels. Guaranteed rate field, somehow Colorado has the most, or the better odds for home runs there. Truist Park, the second highest, biggest chance of home runs are Atlanta versus Martin Perez, and then Seattle versus Bailey Ober. So there are different chances. Again, projected home run totals, 33.4 tonight over 15 games. Then you guys, this is kind of what I wanted to change up a little bit. I want to give you the top 5 plays at each position. Now, if you like this, yes. If not, we will go away from this. I just wanted to try different stuff on Fridays. So, we kind of already went over the pitcher. So these are just for the position plays. But at catcher for tonight, love William Contreras here. Love his brother Wilson Contreras, number 2. Number 3, Shea Langoliers against Slade Ciccone. 4, Will Smith. And 5, Adley, if he's in there. So Adley's day-to-day at the moment. We'll see if he's there. First base, top 5. If he's in there, I love Josh Naylor here, especially batting cleanup. If he's in that lineup. He's missed a couple of games, so I don't know why. He's number 1. Number 2, Christian Walker. Number 3, Matt Olson. 4, Freddie Freeman. And 5, David Fry, who has catcher, first base, and outfield eligibility for FanDuel. So you get a ton of information there. You get a ton of different ways to use him, utilize him, whether or not it's utility, catcher, first base, or outfield. You could use David Fry in this lineup here. I do not mind him against Alec Marsh. Moving on to second base. Ketel Marte, number 1. Ozzie Albies, number 2. Number 3 is David Hamilton against Randy Vasquez. Number 4 is Andres Jimenez versus Marsh. And number 5 is Marcus Semien versus Albert Suarez. Moving on to third base, top 5. Jose Ramirez, number 1. Number 2 is Rafi Devers. Number 3 is Austin Riley versus Martin Perez. 4 is Manny Machado. And number 5 is Michael Busch versus Colin Ray. Top 5 shortstops for the day. Overall, Bobby Witt Jr. told you I love him in a Kansas City stack. Gunnar Henderson seems like he has a home run every single game. Love him here against Scherzer. Number 3 is Trey Turner. Number 4 is Corey Seager. And number 5 is Ellie De La Cruz. Now, I'm pulling these from our cheat sheet. So these, again, with our cheat sheet, we have usually about 5 to 6 plays at each position for cash, 5 to 6 plays at each position for tournament. So these are about half of the plays from the cheat sheet. If you want to see all of them, sign up FTA+. Then outfielders. I love Aaron Judge. It's Aaron Judge and Juan Soto on this team right now while they're struggling. Love Aaron Judge here against Kikuchi. Number 2 is Shohei against Logan Gilbert. Don't be surprised if he hits another home run. Number 3 is Juan Soto. 4 is Jarren Duran. 5, Marcell Ozuna. 6, Yordan. 7, Riley Green. 8, Corbin Carroll. 9, Christian Yelich. And number 10 is Steven Kwan. Now, we have a ton. Usually with outfielders on the cheat sheet, we have about 14 cash and 14 tournament plays. So we gave you 10 right there. If you want to see more, go check it out. That's what we've got. That's kind of what the article shows as well. So if you guys enjoy these videos, please hit the like button. I do have a sponsorship in the works, and I think it might be pretty good. Okay. So we're going to do something different too. We are going to go over some prop bets, and this is kind of part of the possible sponsorship that I need to discuss over the weekend, but it's looking pretty good. So it's a pretty good here. Just these are some prop bets that jump out using the sponsor. It's not sponsored yet, so this video is not sponsored, but Freddie Freeman has exceeded 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs in 5 straight games. I think he does that here again tonight against Logan Webb. He's 5 for 5 in his last 5. We've got, just depending, we have Jason Hayward has failed to exceed 1 single in 8 straight games. That is minus 125 odds if you're looking for that. And it depends on which sports book you're on. So you could look at that. That's number 2. The Dodgers, if you take the Dodgers money line, minus 115 on DraftKings, they are 6-1 in their last 7 games on the road, which is an 85.7%. The Dodgers are 7-3, which is a 70% rate against the spread in their last 10 games as a favorite. So taking the Dodgers as a 1.5 run line, so win by 2 runs, makes a lot of sense. We look at other prop bets, and I want to show you what this is, but obviously not a sponsor yet. And you can switch it up by how you want to go over under. You can do different prop bets. There's just a lot of things you can go over. Yandy Diaz over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs is minus 175 on DraftKings. He's hit this 62% of the time. So you can also sort it by highest, lowest, stuff like that. Andres Jimenez is a good bet to have over 1+ hit tonight. Shohei has a over 1 or like 1+ strikeout chances there. So a ton of information there. So I wanted to bring that to you. And then we can go over the top 20 bats after 10,000 simulations. Number 1 is Aaron Judge. 2 is Duran. 3 is Matt Vierling. 4 is Riley Green. 5 is Jose Ramirez. I forgot the keyword today. The keyword today is coffee. 5, Jose Ramirez. 6, Michael Busch. 7, Josh Naylor. 8, Brenton Doyle. 9, Corey Seager. 10, Bobby Witt Jr. 11, Ellie De La Cruz. 12, Stephen Kwan. 13, Kyle Schwarber. 14, Marcus Semien. 15, Isaac Paredes. I'm surprised he's this low, but 16, Marcell Ozuna. I like him more than that. 17, Ryan O'Hearn. 18, Akil Baddoo. 19, William Contreras. And number 20, Juan Soto. So all of the dang. There's a ton of bats at the moment that have a 10 out of 10 matchup rating. A ton. Never seen this many. Let's get going. Number 1, Aaron Judge. 2, Jarren Duran. 3, Matt Vierling. 4, Riley Green. 5, Jose Ramirez. 6, Michael Busch. 7, Josh Naylor. 8, Corey Seager. 9, Stephen Kwan. 10, Kyle Schwarber. 11, Marcus Semien. 12, Isaac Paredes. 13, Marcell Ozuna. 14, Akil Baddoo. 15, William Contreras. 16, Juan Soto. 17, Luis Robert. 18, Seiya Suzuki. 19, Vinny Pasquantino. 20, Tyler O'Neill. 21, Rafi Devers. 22, Rafaela for Boston. 23, Alex Verdugo. 24, Gavin Sheets. 25, Alec Burleson. 26, Nick Martini. 27, Gio Urshela. 28, Alex Bregman. 29, Stuart Fairchild. 30, Danny Jansen. And 31, Orlando Arcia. Now, if you want to see all of these, not just the top 20, not just the top 31, it's under here. MLB tab, right here. Then we got simulation models. These are the first 10,000. Now, these can change A lot of things can change through the weather and everything else that goes about that today. So that's definitely something to pay attention to. And then some of the stacks that I like today overall, Arizona, I think they're one of my favorite stacks of the day going in. Atlanta is another stack that I really like. Cleveland is another stack that I like, my third stack. My fourth, I really do like Kansas City. I like Kansas City here against Tristan McKenzie. And number 5, I like Boston. These can change a little bit, changes every day. If you want to check it out. If you haven't been to the channel before, welcome. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Down below, we've got product you can look at. It would be awesome if you guys ordered any of those. Some of the logos we created for baseball, I'm looking to create some for football as well. We've got that. We have, it's almost July. We are almost to July, which I'm going to start doing some football content. We're going to start getting ready for the season. We're going to have extra videos. So if you have not already, subscribe to this channel. We are growing exponentially, and we look to continue into the future. So good luck today, and as always, let's bring home some bacon. Peace!